everything that I say, unless I am quoting scripture or one of the general authorities, right, is my opinion. You cannot say that I am misplacing or mispositioning, because it's my opinion, and I have the right to my opinion. Now, if I am quoting scripture or correcting a misquoted quote, so if I'm reading a quote or I'm reading scripture, that's that. But if I am myself just talking, that's my opinion. Alright, brothers and sisters, this is the new opening to my videos, and I will post soon. So this one's going to be a bit of a short recording. Brothers and sisters, I didn't post last week, I'm sorry. Didn't really have anything to post on. So I'm currently reading in Numbers, and I'm hoping to finish at least a good portion of Numbers today. But there's some things that I noticed. Okay, so give me a second. Okay, so there were a couple of things I noticed in Numbers as I was reading so far, and I'm only at chapter 17, maybe 18 right now. But here's the few things I've noticed so far. Firstly, yes, Numbers can be boring because it constantly names people and tells you how many people there are. But that's just the beginning of the book of Numbers. Later in the book of Numbers, we read about some of the interesting things that happen to the Israelites while they're wandering for the 40 years. So, one of the first things I noticed is you have Miriam and Aaron, right? Really, Miriam, out of all the Israelites, right? She hears the Israelites murmuring, and she comes forward, and she looks at Aaron, and she goes, "What makes you better than the rest of the Levites? They can prophesy too." And God curses her with leprosy for 7 days. And then some of the princes of the Levites come forward, right? And they're like, "What makes you better than us? We can prophesy, we can do these things." And in response, the Lord literally has these men, or swallows these men and their families whole. Like, he swallows them in the earth. Right? He has the earth open up and swallow them whole. And this isn't a small deal. This is a fairly big deal, right? So, why do I bring these points up? Look. So, the things that I noticed about this is that, A, Moses is the prophet, right? And these people are speaking out against Moses' power and saying he doesn't have any more power than the rest of them. And Moses is like, I guess? Moses doesn't know what to say. And so the Lord tells Moses what to say. People who think that they have just as much prophesying power as the Lord, or as his prophets, don't understand what prophets are. Moses did nothing that the Lord didn't command him to do. And a lot of that time, and a lot of that meant that Moses sometimes had no clue what to do until the Lord told him. And how the Lord told him doesn't matter. In the Bible it says that he spoke with him. And maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Maybe the Lord speaks to Russell M. Nelson every day. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. We don't know. It's not about how he speaks with him, it's that he does. Whether it's face-to-face or through the mind's eye, through inspiration, whatever. However the Lord speaks to the prophet, the Lord speaks to the prophet. And the prophet is the one that holds all the keys to the gospel, to the priesthood powers on this earth at any given time. And only the prophet does. When the Lord speaks through the prophet, we are to listen. We're not to murmur. We're not to say, well, the prophet doesn't know best for me. No, the prophet knows best for everyone. He's the prophet. And the Lord does not hold lightly those who criticize the prophet and his words. And that's the key. And that's what I'm digging at, is the Lord does not hold it lightly, those who criticize. Because the prophet cannot willingly lead us astray. If he does, he loses his everything. His power, his authority, everything. Right? Can he do it on accident? Maybe, but I doubt it. I doubt the Lord would let him. I doubt the Lord. I'm pretty sure the Lord would correct him immediately. So, when you hear the prophet speak, don't assume that it's not for you. Assume it is. Because when the prophet speaks, it's for everyone. It's for the whole earth. And it might be only a little bit for you. Only a portion of that speech might be for you. But it's all for everyone. And do not criticize the prophet. For the Lord does not take that lightly. And when we do criticize the prophet, when we say he doesn't know best for me, or what he said doesn't mean me, that's a big deal. And the Lord will not take it lightly. And the Lord will absolutely punish those that speak that way. Alright, brothers and sisters, I love you. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Bye.